let's face it, people don't like it when you disagree with them. In an ideal world, everybody would agree with you, right? No. In the real world, everybody has a mind of their own. In the real world, they have an opinion of their own. And those opinions are usually based on facts, experience, knowledge, speculation, hearsay. So when you put somebody in charge of a system or an organisation, and that could be a council, a board, or even a court, you're putting a human in charge. Now, while there are bylaws and constitutions and laws that say, if this, then that, or this is this and that is that, that is still overseen by a human. Now, as anybody surely must accept, humans, by and large, have their faults and their flaws. They are, after all, human. So it goes without saying that somebody who is in charge of one of those systems is going to bring their own subjectivity, their own biases, their own opinion, their own motivations, and their own experiences to bear. Now, we have systems out there where those individuals are not governed quite as tight as they should be. So those individuals do as they please, knowing that there's another system above them designed to protect them from any unnecessary scrutiny. What is unnecessary when it comes to scrutiny? Is it unnecessary to shine a light on somebody's flaws? Or is it unnecessary to highlight injustice? Of course, that system that sits above these individuals often stops the average person from having a fair say, a fair hearing, a fair discussion at a board level. And usually it is where the individual is quashed for whatever reason. What has this got to do with personal development? Because when you come into contact with these individuals, they will try their darndest to convince you that their way is the only way. Because the reality of that perhaps their way is flawed, isn't an option. And the reason it's not an option is because these people aren't forced to look at their own actions and their own decisions and how their actions impact the lives of others. Because again, that system above them protects that. So you have to wonder, if somebody doesn't want to look at their own shortcomings as a person, and let's face it, there are a lot of people out there scared of change. How do you change that individual? How do you avoid having to be put through a mincer of that system? Well, quite frankly, sometimes those things happen. Shit happens. It's in a Forrest Gump movie. Check it out. But at the end of the day, it's not whether or not you have to come into contact with these people, because these people are out there. Make no illusion of anything other than that. There are people in every walk of life that would rather see somebody broken down than help them up. Thankfully, there are also people like you and I that will take the time to help that person up. See somebody broken down on the side of the road, don't drive past, to stop and to help them. There are the individuals out there making a difference. And they make a difference by helping thousands instead of themselves. When you come across somebody who is in the selfish paradigm, they will try to impose their will on you. If you don't accept that will, they will try to impose their reality on you. If you don't accept that reality, it will infuriate them. They will become livid. A true narcissist will try to use that individual and take as much energy, pain, money, resources, so time, energy, resources, money term, from that person until they're all used up, and then they'll discard them and move on to the next. Parasites. And I'm sure you probably know some people that fit that criteria because there's plenty of them out there. Stay firm in your reality. Rely on the facts. Ask better questions of yourself and the world around you. And you'll have a grounding, a firm grounding, that these individuals often have no idea about. When you're making a decision on things, consider whether or not you're being subjective or objective. Are you implying things through your own experiences? You'll see the different movements out there talk about gender oppression and race oppression and all of these sorts of things, and there will be some viewers going, oh, this is a white guy talking, no wonder he's not worried about that. Well, it's not that I'm not worried about it. I am very much worried about equality because I don't believe it exists. And it doesn't exist on a number of levels. And it goes far beyond the skin, the creed. It comes back to that core, that deep, raw human quality where somebody wants to have something over another. Consider your motivations, your directions, and what information are you using to move forward. Don't make a judgment unless you have all of the facts. And don't be picky when it comes to accepting that there may be different realities. There may be different versions. You can have two different people in the exact same event, and their experiences will change the overall recalling of it, which is why expert witnesses are terrible, because their own bias, their own judgment, their own subjectivity, their own experience, even how they're feeling at the time, will colour and impact the evidence they give. Make no illusion, though, that when you ask better questions and don't just openly accept the reality of somebody trying to push it on you, you'll have far greater choices, far greater options. And the person who has the most choices, the person who has the most options, has the most flexibility, the most freedom. I want you to think about these words. I know they are quite deep. For some people, excessively deep. But unfortunately, there are individuals like this out there. There are people trying to tell you that you got it wrong, when in actual fact, they've never said sorry. They've never apologised. They've never even considered that their story perhaps is wrong. You might be waiting for them to apologise. You might be waiting for them to ask for forgiveness for something that they've done to you. And in their head, that's never going to happen. Because in their head, their reality doesn't match yours. Some words to think about, and I hope it helps you. Till next time, bye-bye for now.